What's up guys, Josh here, and this is the Shark AI Ultra 2-in-1 Robot Self-Empty XL. Quite a mouthful. This is Shark's latest and greatest top-of-the-line robot vacuum. Now when we talk about robot vacuums, I feel like there's two questions that people generally ask is, what are the features it has and how much does it cost? Because we're pretty used to seeing robot vacuums cost upwards of $1,000, and I feel like that's just way too much money to be paying for a robot vacuum. So this one retails for $700, and they're actually running a $200 off promo right now, which brings it down to $500. It's got some great features I'm gonna talk about that I think makes it definitely worth that price. So big thank you to Shark for sponsoring this video, and let's get into it. Now, of course, this robot has a bunch of sensors around it, and it comes with a docking station, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, this big bumper on the front, and then on the bottom, we have the main vacuum right here, which features a self-cleaning brush roll, which is great for detangling hair and just making sure hair doesn't get stuck in here. I actually got to test this because I was dog sitting at my apartment, and that dog shed so much, no hair got stuck, and it performed pretty flawlessly. It's also got some sensors on the bottom for detecting ledges so it doesn't throw itself off stairs, and then it has this little sweeping brush. It's also got these beefy wheels and some contact points here for charging on the docking station. We gotta talk about the name real quick because it's got some pointers as to what features this has. So the first feature I wanna talk about is self-emptying. What you'll find right here is the little hole. If you look on the back of the robot, it has a corresponding hole. The robot will back into the station and suck up all of the things that the robot has collected, and it'll end up in a bin right here, which is good for up to 60 days. Now, the thing I love about this self-emptying system as opposed to some other ones is that it's bagless. So in other systems, you may have seen like these white bags that you have to buy, and those things actually cost quite a lot. It costs up to $4 per bag, and that definitely adds up. It's just one thing that you sort of have to keep buying. So with a bagless system, press this button up here and it releases this big bin, and this bin doesn't use any bags. You can actually empty it right here with this orange tab and just hold it over a trash can and then put it back and you're good. So yeah, this lasts up to 60 days. And in my opinion, that really makes this robot maintenance free and just a really great product, because when you're buying a robot vacuum, you don't really want to be maintaining the robot. And so that's probably my favorite feature about this robot vacuum. Now this robot uses LiDAR like a lot of the other fancier robots out there for navigation and for mapping your home. So when you pair this up with the app, it will first ask you to map your home. It takes a couple minutes. Then you can go in there and label all of your rooms and make adjustments, and it's really, really easy. In fact, the app is probably one of the cleanest apps that I've ever used. So yeah, props to Shark for really good design on their app. So there's a couple of ways to clean with this robot that I think are really unique. I think there's actually 4 ways. So the first way is just to tell it to clean your entire home. The second way is room-based. So you can click and tap a few rooms. For example, if you just cooked and you spilled some stuff on the floor, just tap on kitchen, it'll start cleaning the kitchen, and then it'll come back. You also see this little button called Ultra Clean, which will take a few more passes in like literally every direction. So instead of up and down, it'll also do left and right. So that's Ultra Clean if you really, really want a space to be clean. And I found that to work really, really well with carpeted rooms. You know, with carpets, they have fibers and they kind of have to be sucked in a bunch of different directions. So yeah, I find that Ultra Clean works really well with carpets. It also works with mopping too. So if you want to Ultra Clean via vacuum or mop, you can do either. The third way of cleaning is when you specify areas in your home. For example, high congestion areas like your entryway or a hallway, for example. You can specify that when you're setting up your home in the app. You can also set up no-go zones. You can also schedule the cleanings. And then the fourth way of cleaning is called spot cleaning. Basically, you can specify a little rectangle of where you want it to clean. I found that to be really great for if you like made a spill somewhere. Oh, there's actually 5 ways of cleaning. So the 5th way of cleaning is if you literally pick up the robot, bring it somewhere, and hit the clean button that's on the robot, it'll do a spot clean in that general zone. So yeah, that's really great too. So many ways to clean. Yeah, this robot really offers you a lot of ways to clean, which I love. And I hinted a little bit at mopping, so let's just talk about that. So this robot does have a mopping module, and you can switch to it by pinching these little buttons on the side, and this is the vacuum only module. And then down here, I have the Vac and Mop 2-in-1 dust bin. Not only does it mop, it also vacuums, which is great. When you're using this module, it's not gonna self-empty into this bin. So there's a little bit more maintenance when you're using this. Obviously you have to fill it with water, and you also have to clean the pads that are mopping your floors. And then yeah, you have to empty out the dustbin yourself. But honestly, I would just keep the other module on like 90% of the time. And then when you really do need to mop, just take this out and put it on. That's how I've been using it. Not too much of an inconvenience. Let me just demonstrate how you put this pad on here, which is washable, reusable. I think they give you like 3 of these, which is nice. So you can kind of cycle through them throughout the week. Sort of just stick it in through that groove, and there's a little channel. And then this goes on via Velcro. Pretty easy to do. And this is a fresh pad. Now, if you look, this is just after one mopping, and it's picked up a lot of dirt. I think it does work pretty well. It's called sonic mopping, which is where the whole mopping module like vibrates, sort of like when you're brushing your teeth with an electric toothbrush. You know what I'm talking about? It vibrates like really, really quickly. Loosen up that dirt in your kitchen or wherever you're trying to clean or mop. Works pretty well. And then over here is where you fill it with water and cleaning solution. Now the nice thing is that they actually give you this solution, which is streak-free, quick drying. Smells really nice too. Yeah, it smells fresh. So you kind of just put in a little bit of this, and then you dilute it with water, and then you're good to go. You don't have to use that, but I find that it's nice. Now the last and final thing that this robot packs that I feel like no other robot is doing right now is called Clean Edge. If I just flip the robot around right here, you'll see a little hole. That's where air will come out, and it sort of works like a leaf blower. The thing with circular or round shaped robots is that they kind of have a hard time reaching corners or edges. So what Clean Edge does is it blows out air to try to loosen things up from the wall, right? So it blows along the wall, it gets that dust free from the wall, and then it sucks it in through the main vacuum right here. That's honestly pretty neat. I haven't seen any other company implement something like that. And it's also nice because there is still this sweeper brush down here. So it sort of works in conjunction with each other in that it blows it, I think it blows it this way, right? You see that little hole angled that way? And then the sweeper brush will brush it into the front, and then it'll drive over it and vacuum. And so I don't know, I feel like they're innovating over there at Shark. They're doing some fun stuff, and this is definitely cool. Okay, what else is there to talk about? How is it actually like cleaning? I feel like I should talk about that. It cleans really well. I don't have like a tool to measure how well it cleans, but I can say when I walk on my kitchen floors after it mopped, it wasn't sticky anymore, and my feet just felt really nice to walk on it. Honestly, the nicest thing about owning a robot vacuum is just the fact that A, it's more thorough than maybe if you were to clean yourself, because it literally has a map of your home and it will make sure it goes to every square inch of your home. The other upside is obviously you're saving time and it's just working in the background. You can even have it work when you're not home, which I find is really, really nice, because you come home and if you have carpets, you'll see those nice lines, like the robot goes back and forth, and you'll be like, ah, so nice to come home to a clean home. This is a great deal for $500. I would highly recommend checking out the link down below to pick one up. Not sure how long the promo is gonna last, but $200 off I think is a great deal, and for 500 bucks, definitely recommend this machine. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like down below and consider subscribing. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.